Welcome to the podcast where we're going to talk about stuff. I don't know what stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about stuff.
And things.
Definitely some things.
I left my Coke over there.
So being as it's sort of a, I don't know, second week of the year. It's kind of boring. Not a whole lot going on. We figured we'd just take this time out to, do, I guess not like a super long podcast, maybe
not 2 hours again.
No, not like last time. And we're just going to go over what we do, stuff we like,
Just be nerds for a bit.
shit that entertains us.
Yeah.
So, everybody can see I got, Lego Captain Phasma here from the Star Wars buildable figures.
Kind of blew my mind that it was Lego. I
Yeah.
never had Lego like that.
Well, I mean, if you ever had, Bionicle sets, they use the same kind of stuff, but...
Is Bionicle owned by Lego?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're Lego Bionicles. It was Lego's attempt at, an action figure line, basically.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you take them apart, and they're all ball joints and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, you see on, the rifle...
Oh.
Whatever. She can take it. She's tough. It's
Oh, yeah,
legit.
it even has a little Lego piece
Yeah,
there.
it's legit Lego.
Interesting.
Actual Lego. These parts they've been using since, the Technic stuff, and yeah, all that. But, yeah, they've been doing these, buildable figures, and I don't know, I always kind of wanted to get one, but none of them were super appealing, except for that General Grievous, but I really didn't want my first foray into it to be a prequel dude, if that makes sense. But then they were like, hey, we got a bunch of Force Awakens ones, and I was like, fuck yeah, Captain Phasma. Look at how fucking majestic she looks. All ready to blast some people with this cape going, and the legs that don't want to stand up. Her legs are super long.
Yeah.
Super long.
That's 60% of her height.
Yeah, is just her legs. But that's because, Gwendolyn Christie's fucking tall as shit, right?
Yeah.
So, they had to. I think Captain Phasma supposedly stands 7 feet tall or something like that, character-wise. So, she could give Master Chief a run for his money.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then they even include, for more recent stuff, Pachoo! I'll find that later.
It's right here. We're good.
It fires off, the blaster fires.
Is there a spare one?
There is, yeah. It's sitting on the
awesome.
side. Just in case I lose that one, which I didn't lose that one. It's right there. We know where it is. But, So, yeah, that's something cool. Some Lego stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta stick with the Star Wars theme, because, Star Wars. It's good right now. Slightly controversial right now, because everybody's, after having seen it, enjoyed it, spent money on it, and helped it to become, the biggest domestic box office release ever. Mm-hmm. It was the biggest since Avatar, now it's the biggest ever.
And now, I believe it opened in China today, and now it's probably going to just blast past Avatar overall.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But, and then everybody else who's seen it a few times and spent all the money on it, they're like, it's just the first one again. But we know why.
Yeah.
We know exactly why, and JJ's confirmed as much now by going on record and being like, this is why it's like the first one, because we're making Star Wars, and we wanted to prove we can make Star Wars, and it's just as throwbacky as I wanted it to be, so,
Yeah, I just hope that the next one isn't as, beat for beat Empire. So
Yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna be, but...
I don't think it will be either.
So, that's a thing.
Speaking of Star Wars, I just want to go back to the last, I guess we recorded it last year.
Technically, yes.
The last podcast, talking about the missing Rey, and, we talked about how, or most of
Wait. Are we going to revisit the topic?
Oh, fuck off.
I'm just gonna put this over here. She's gonna fall over a bunch more times. You can go on the couch. It's okay.
You talked about how it's not as dire as people think it is. Yes, she's missing from some things, and there's not as much of her. But most of the time that you don't find her, it's because she's been bought already because she's so popular.
Yep.
And that probably proves that if they did have her as much as they had everyone else, they'd probably still sell her out. Mm-hmm. But I just want to take the other side of this and say, it's not because the toy companies are sexist that they take them out. It's because the consumers are sexist. Don't think that multi-million-dollar corporations are going to miss out on a buck. They spend millions of dollars on market research trying to figure out, what are people going to buy? And if people are going to buy the girls, they're going to make them. And it's as simple as that. They're not going to be just like sexist for the sake of being sexist.
They started making Transformers girls finally.
Did they?
Yeah, took them fucking long enough. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, for anybody who hasn't gone and viewed my other channel, which, hey, new content coming soon, plug. I do a lot of stuff with Transformers. One day, we may do a quick podcast tour and, like, go around my collection room or something like that. Blow everybody's fucking minds.
Yeah.
Picture like this with his video games and books, only with robots.
×2. Yeah. Oh, well, actually, okay, if you include the books,
yeah,
then maybe
including
not.
the books, like games and books,
yeah.
but make them robots. Anyway, back in '86, so 30 years ago now.
That was 2 years before I was born.
Yeah, back in '86, Transformers the movie came out, and it featured the first really prominent female Transformers character, RC. There had been in season 2 some episodes written that did feature like female Transformers, Elita 1, Chromia, them, you know, all of them, Moonracer. But RC was the first one that stuck around, right? In the 80s, never got a toy ever. It wasn't until last year, I think, that we finally got like a proper RC figure. Like, they had done, you know, female Transformers before, like Black Arachnia was a big part of Beast Wars, so they did Black Arachnia figures. They did, for Transformers Animated, RC was actually a character in it again, with the same voice actress. Mm-hmm. And they did do an animated RC. We never got our fucking G1 RC, right? Never. So, finally, nowadays, the female Transformers are showing up more in the comics, and they're showing up a lot more in the toy line. And the fans are actually voting for, or voted for, I guess I should say, characters to be created. Right? Like, there was a few fan polls that ran over the last little while, like, over the last year and a half, 2 years, something like that, right? That were, create a fan-made character that will then be in the comics and all this other shit, right? So, they created Windblade. And most people were like, oh god, this is gonna be like the worst fucking Transformers Mary Sue character ever. And other people were like, hey, cool, we have a new character that they're going to make a toy of that is going to appear in the media.
Yeah. Excellent.
And the toy was great. Well, the Hasbro release of the toy was actually kind of terrible, but the Japanese release, which I have, it's great. It's very great. She's a jet, she's just fucking wields a sword, she's got crazy fucking face paint going on. Great stuff. And with that, they launched then another one for Combiner Wars, the line that's just coming to its tail end now, really, where basically everything combined with everything else. You get a combiner, you get a combiner, you get a combiner. Anyway, and they were like, hey, fan-built combiner poll. What do you want the vehicles to be? What do you want their home to be? What do you want the color scheme to be? What do you want, you know? And they, like, the fans voted, and we got an all-female combiner team, so 5 new female Transformers that combined into 1 female combiner.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, like, fucking gender representation for, you know, more than just dudes in their robots.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty fucking great. But, I mean, then in the comics, like, they've been trying to be a lot more inclusive. Like, I mean, they've got, like, homosexual romances in the fucking Transformers comics these days. Like,
gay robots?
Yeah, gay robots, man.
Awesome.
Fucking gay robots. Like, no shit. And, yeah, so they're being, like, a lot more inclusive and shit, and characters that have been around for, like, a long time are finally getting characterizations, and some of them have been, treated as, you know, characters who were female all along, but we never really knew, or characters who, I don't know, like, they're, you know, like, some act as though they have no gender at all. Right. Some are into dude robots, some are into chick robots, some, you know, whether they are dudes or whatever, right? Like, it's
kind of interesting. So they have, like, a whole, like, spectrum.
Yeah, they're trying to be a lot more kind of inclusive, you know? Let people of all walks of life and all ways of thinking be like, hey, there's a robot out there for you. We're saying robots. Just sounds weird. I don't know, it's just because it's robots. It's got an I in it. Robot.
Robots?
Yeah, robots. That's how you spell it too. If you want to, you don't have to. Whatever. You can go robot, like old school. But
And it's a good electronic pun. Robots.
Exactly. But so like Transformers has become a lot more sort of progressive, where everything else seems to be just kind of skewing away from that. That's kind of the point I was trying to make, was the fact that like, your Transformers stuff, the characterizations, the characters that are being made and coming out now and whatnot, kind of being a bit more progressive, while everything else is sort of the fiction, the media is all still being, like, look at Star Wars, you got a female lead, you got a black dude in stormtrooper armor, you got a Guatemalan pilot, like, like, the three main people in that movie are not white dudes, like, cool, right? Yes, awesome. The toys don't really reflect that, but with Transformers, it's a bit different. The toys are,
Robots.
Well, that too, and they turn into stuff, so I mean, hey, that's, but, no, like, they're, and similar to Where's Ray, fucking Where's RC, because guess what, I still don't have that figure. It was, the Generations line, which was the one that was just before Combiner Wars started, was just ending. It was at the tail end of it, right? And they released one last wave that had RC and Chromia in it. Two figures I really, really wanted to get. These were just after the Windblade wave. And then Combiner Wars showed up on store shelves, and RC and Chromia just kind of never made it. So I'm really hoping, like, I keep checking winners and stuff like that, because usually they get these later waves or, like, short release waves.
Yeah.
They'll oftentimes get those in, and they'll be, like, fucking super cheap, like $6-7 or whatever, right? So I keep going, keep checking, keep hoping, because it'd be really nice to get those finally. But yeah, that's my mini Robot rant.
Robot rant.
Go with that. What you got?
I don't know. What are we talking about? Nerd stuff?
Last I checked, yeah, that seems to be what I talk about all the time.
Most of my time is spent editing now.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm trying to do a reading challenge. I read 2 books last year. I'm a writer, and I only read 2 books. Both the books were novellas. Together, they're shorter than most novels. So I'm already beating that this year. It's only been 8 days or 9 days. So that's a thing. Most of these books have not been read. So I'm going to try to change that.
Pretty sure you can do it.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm a slow reader, but I'm also trying to get back into my writing. It's been like 16 weeks or something like that. I stopped shortly before we moved.
Oh.
And I was like, I'll get back into it when we move. And I can't write here. And now the bookstore is closing. And I wrote really well there. Like, I wrote half of a novel there. And that was awesome. Hey, check out my other channel. I might have stuff about writing on there. Then you can check my Tumblr. That has my writing on there. So, yeah.
That's not all it has.
No, actually, my writing Tumblr is just writing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have a separate one for that. That's not.
Yeah, there's boobs on the other one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Check that one out.
That one too, yeah. It has like 20 GIFs on the actual theme. I don't know if you actually gone directly to my Tumblr, but there's like 10 GIFs on both sides. So it takes forever to load. And there's like a Mega Man shooting and like a Butters dancing.
Thank you for pronouncing that word right, by the way.
What GIF?
It's not a peanut butter. I'm not going to push that debate. Especially because we're both on the same side of it, so whatever. It's all good.
I honestly don't even care how you pronounce it. I get it because of, well, I totally lost the words, what it stands for.
Graphics.
Graphics, yeah, so G.
Yeah.
Right, so.
But then the creator's all like, no, it's a J sound. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like that one that had that gif of Samuel L. Jackson being like, I understand that the council's made a decision, but being as it's a dumbass decision, I've elected not to follow it. Or however the fuck the line went. I don't know. It's been ages since I've seen that movie. But yeah, basically being like, I don't care if it's right, you're fucking wrong. Fuck it, whatever.
And like Ubisoft, it's ubiquitous software. It's not Ubisoft. Ubiquitous.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ooh, be soft. That's what I tell my couch all the time. I walk up, I'm like, ooh, be soft.
Then it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. I slept on it entirely too many times. But that's another story for another day. I don't know what that was.
We're starting a D&D campaign. Were you about to say that?
Yeah, actually
Wow.
I was.
That's
Good time.
We're starting a D&D campaign. It's kind of a continuation. Our last one fell apart and stuff. No big deal. But we're starting another one. And that'll be fun. I'm DMing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay.
That wasn't related to DMing. I just have no idea what I'm doing at any given time.
It's okay though. Most of the best DMing comes from a place of not really knowing what you're doing, where you're going, because then you can just kind of roll with it. Fucking run with it.
Roll and run with it, because it's D&D. Roll
you're
and run.
Yeah, hey, that works. I like it. Need to get some miniatures going one of these days.
Did you see the thing? The 3D printed D&D miniatures thing?
I did.
I wonder if there's like a place where you can like go and 3D print stuff.
Yeah, there's tons of places like that, yeah.
Really?
I've gone and looked it up before.
That's awesome.
There's even sites you can order stuff 3D printed off of.
Right.
Like you can get a 3D printed banana doge. Just in case you ever wanted a 3D printed banana doge, just, you know.
I think
Nana or
we
whatever
need
you call
to
it.
get that, and then it can be an enemy. Or it can be a player character.
Yes. Shotgun being banana doge.
What would it be? It'd be like I bet it'd be like a druid.
Why?
I don't know, it just strikes me as a druid. It's kind of magical.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That's definitely a word I would use to describe it. Yeah, magical. Magical. Got it. Cool. Oh. But, yeah, no, definitely, like, we could go get all kinds of stuff 3D printed. If we knew anybody who was any good at 3D modeling, we could even fucking get our own characters, you know, modeled and then printed.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who was working on 3D modeling and stuff like that. He was great at unmoving polygon shapes that looked very static and awkward. So we used some of them for card art for the card game we were making.
Nice.
They were fucking great. There was actually one he made that was legitimately awesome because I drew it, or like I drew the concept art for it as being kind of static fucking polygon shapes and shit.
Yeah.
So his style for it worked brilliantly, and then we just textured it entirely in a JPEG of the Matrix code.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It would have been even cooler if we had made it transparent so that you could just see the code forming the dude.
Right.
Because the whole thing was like it was gonna be a dude made of code.
Yeah.
That was gonna be because the card game we're making is based inside the world of computers, and we're trying our damnedest not to make it too close to Reboot, because Reboot is kind of awesome. Or was kind of awesome, I guess, because they're still working on doing a new one, but it sounds like they're doing like real people that get sent into a computer or some shit like that. And I'm like, is this fucking Tron or something? Like,
yeah.
Fucking get your fucking Tron out of my fucking Reboot. Like, don't reboot with fucking Tron. Just don't. But yeah, anyway, so you know, we designed the initial concept 16 years ago now, about,
Christ.
give or take. Never went anywhere with it. We still want to make it. We still want to get it going. We still want to do it. It's just really difficult when we live in entirely different areas.
Yeah.
And don't get a chance to converse that much because I'm always fucking working and he's always fucking, I would assume working. I don't actually know what he does anymore. If you're watching, Nikolai, we need to make this happen still. We really do. And I really want to be able to help. I just never have time. When I'm finished watching the X-Files, I'll probably have more time, though.
Yeah, you're almost there.
Oh, fuck. I am in season 9. I am in season 9. The season that doesn't really have much Mulder going on.
Yeah.
Because he was off doing other things by that point. But, yeah, I'm on an episode where John Doggett is in Mexico with amnesia. Because he was, like, investigating some dude or something like that. And then I guess somebody, like, he's got 2 scars right here, so it looks like somebody, like, fucked with his brain. Mm-hmm. And so he's got amnesia, only one shoe, is lost in Mexico and has no idea what the fuck is going on.
It's always one shoe.
The best part is, it started with just a black screen and white text that read day 1, and I was like, in the ghost house. It was fucking great. And then it would keep going like day 12. I'm like, in the ghost house. And Every time Ben would look up, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, it was great. Zach, if you're watching,
You are.
fuck you. You didn't like move the table, but you like bumped the table, so it probably made the microphone not too happy.
Right.
Because the table's all like wub 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 wub. With any luck, that's
The table is Skrillex?
yes. With any luck, moving it made it sound like it was just some fucking dubstep going on or whatever. Do you know how many different types of dubstep there are?
There's one type of dubstep, and it's not good.
Well, okay. Do you know how many like subgenres of dubstep there claims to be?
Oh fuck, probably
Way
more than there is
too
punk.
goddamn many. Way too goddamn many. And apparently each one is unique. I can't tell.
I think we should stop trying to like subgenre music, just like punk, rock, pop, country, R&B. Call it quits. I guess like techno or whatever.
And
Metal.
thank you.
Sorry.
Can't live without my metal. You can't kill the metal. The metal will live on. Did some painting outside earlier today.
Outside.
Yeah. Well, I have to be outside, otherwise the fumes get into the room and kind of kill
Times
me.
get too good.
Yeah, them paint fumes, man. What can I say? I dig them. No, sometimes Ben will crack a fucking thing of paint in the room while he's working on a model or whatever, and I'm just sitting there like,
That's getting a close up.
thanks. Just what I wanted, to look absolutely ridiculous and probably ugly as sin on the fucking camera, getting a close up. It's like, I'm ready for my close up. No?
No.
Okay.
What was that from?
A lot of things, but they all ripped it off from somewhere and I don't remember where.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what was the first one? Yeah, whatever.
Oh, fuck if I
Never
remember.
gonna remember.
No. I could Google it right now, but that would just take up time.
It's true.
Like this is kind of doing anyway.
Yeah, this whole episode is just taking up time.
We're
Sorry.
It really is. There wasn't really enough going on that we could talk about at length.
Yeah.
So we decided, whatever, we'll wing it and we'll just talk about shit that we enjoy. So
I was also too busy to plan anything. We can just talk about whatever, really, but it doesn't have to be like current events or anything.
that's true. But I mean, that's why I talked about my robots and then my Gundam model building, which technically is also robots. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was painting up a shield. It's looking nice.
Yeah, it was looking good.
Yeah. Can't wait to get that gold finished because I gotta do another spray of gold because I got some black on it from some thin. I was trying to do this thing, right, where like the shield has a ring of missile launchers inside it, right? For anybody who knows Gundam, I'm talking about the YMS-15, the Gyan. It's a close quarters fencing type mobile suit basically. It's got a shield and a sword, and that's fucking it. But the shield, yeah, it's got a ring of missile launchers in it, and I was trying to get a good effect to make it look as though the missile launchers had been fired a bunch of times, and they were just kind of like, scoring on the outside of the shield. So Ben got this bright idea to take the black spray paint. Now, I'm not convinced that this isn't gonna work. I just need to modify the tactic a bit. But he wanted me to, like, from the back of the shield, spray, and have it come out the front end and, get the outside a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's try that. Unfortunately, all that wound up happening was some of it pooled and then leaked out a little bit, and I was like, that doesn't look very good at all. It just kind of looks like a paint missile exploded inside it or something, and it kind of just, right? But, yeah, so I'm going to have to redo the gold and try a different thing. Like, I'm thinking if I use a straw, right, and stick the straw through to the end and go like, tss, right, then it might have enough force to push them out. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're describing there.
Okay, so like you got your spray paint, right? You got your nozzle, right?
Okay.
Put the straw in the nozzle,
Okay.
the straw through the hole of the missile launcher.
Right.
Spray, right? And it might, but then again, it might just pool and leak out too.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm thinking would happen. I don't think it's going to go through the straw as a spray. It's going to just pool inside the straw.
I don't know. There's got to be some method I can use, but maybe a shorter straw, right? And from above, around it, right? Maybe. I don't know. Or I'm just going to paint it gold and say, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Either way, I want to make it look good. Because it's the first one that I'm ever fully painting. Most of them I just do detail work on because the plastic colors are close enough for me.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, spots where it's like green but supposed to be red. Obviously, I paint those red. But this one is the first time I've decided, no, fuck it, I'm going to paint this whole thing. So I have been. I've actually got 2 halves of the bottom part of the head right now gluing together so that I can sand away the seam lines from sticking it together.
Right.
And then paint the whole thing and have that look nice and smoothed over.
Right.
Gotta wait for that glue to dry though. It takes forever to actually set hard.
Yeah.
Like, it probably won't be ready to go until tomorrow night.
Really?
Yeah. What's the thing about model cement is everything stays gummy for the first little while. It doesn't harden until like way later.
Right.
Right? And I gotta wait till it's actually hardened so that it doesn't just kind of like start rubbing away bits of the plastic.
Yeah.
Because it does, like, it molecularly bonds with the plastic, and that's how it sticks things together, right?
Right.
So it basically starts melting the plastic together a little bit.
Right.
And,
Interesting.
yeah, so I gotta wait for that to stop being in the kind of gummy, tacky sort of phase to when it hardens again and is the same consistency as the plastic, and then I can sand it all down.
Right.
I know these things. I've built model kits before.
I have literally never built a model.
I'll get you one day.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad.
I'll start you with something real simple. RGM 79 or something like that.
Cool.
Just a standard fucking put together robot. It's like 2 pieces for that, 2 pieces for that, a kneecap in the middle, fucking couple pieces for a foot.
Right.
Plus instructions that you can just lay out and be like, okay, this piece goes here, this piece goes here.
That's perfect. That's just me.
And I'll show you like the tricks of the trade, like getting the parts out and trimming them down and all the other shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good time. Tried to teach Zach one time. Bet he never built it. Never built it, right, Zach? I know you're still watching. You can't get enough of me. Oh, I wish I could see his face when he's watching the episode and sees that, because I know it's probably going to be a look of abject terror.
We need to get him to do a reaction video for watching this.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like, hey Zach, before you watch it, just turn your camera on.
Just film Zach's reaction and have him be like, you know, just, I love messing with that guy.
Yeah.
As long as he knows it's all in good fun, which I try to convey, of course. But yeah, so good. Like that time I walked in. Can't remember who was training at the time, but it was like the first time they ever ran into me. And I just walk in, just tell Zach, I'm pregnant, and it's yours. And then I leave, and they're just like, what? And leaving Zach to explain the whole thing. Like,
I guarantee he he probably did not explain.
Oh, probably not. No, that's fine. Oh. Turn this into an entire segment, call it the Zach Attack. No, we're not doing that. We're not dedicating an episode to you, Zach. Okay, maybe.
Maybe. We're desperate for episodes today.
Oh, I spent too much money today. I wish I could have spent more. I'd have to have more first. Yeah. Because, I saw that Hyrule Edition new 3DS XL. They had it for $260. And I'm just like, I have $260. I could do that. I wouldn't be able to pay my loan payment. Or maybe I'd be able to pay my loan payment, but I wouldn't be able to pay my phone bill or eat. I had to save some money so that I could do that. Because, you know, I bought a round of late Christmas presents. Because, I mean, we got the watch for you, right? The awesome watch. But didn't get shit for Ben, and it was his fucking Christmas and then his birthday immediately thereafter, right? So we went over to Metropolis Comics, and I picked him up a model from the new Gundam series, and a couple of different spray paint colors that we could use, including the gold that he's probably going to use for parts of his model and that I've used for the Gyan's shield already.
Does Metrotown have a good, like, big nerd, like, D&D stuff store?
No.
No?
Not really. The nerdiest stores that are there...
Yeah, I know they have that anime store.
Yeah, they've got Sakura Media, which is all, like, anime, Japanese stuff. You know, they've got your SH Figure Arts Kamen Riders, which, by the way, SH Figure Arts, another thing I collect at least a little bit of. I wish I had a lot of money so that I could get more. That would be fantastic. Patreon link in the description.
I don't think I did put the Patreon in the description. I'm
That's
stupid.
fine, whatever.
I'll do that now.
People can pay money if they want.
$1 a month would be plenty.
For quality content like this.
Yes.
Don't worry, it'll get better, I promise.
I'm not making such promises.
Even if I just have to get more over the top and set off explosions outside, of course, not in here,
Okay.
and all kinds of shit like that. If I have to start doing that, I will, but you guys are going to have to start paying for the explosives. All three of you.
Zach?
Yeah, all three of you. Zach. Wait, there's 3 Zachs?
Apparently.
Oh, shit. Or sorry, oh baby, a triple. That's the one. Don't ask. But, what was I talking about?
I have no idea.
God, oh, right, I was talking about the nerd stores.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they've got Sakura Media in the mall itself, which, I mean, I go there for Gundam models, sometimes for figure arts. Other people go there for anime stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, just whatever else, right? And they've got DVDs, they've got manga, they've got all kinds of cool shit. Then across the street, if you go out the Kingsway exit, across the street and up a little ways is Metropolis Comics.
Oh.
They've got, well, I mean, they're a comic shop, right? So they've got a little bit of everything. They also have some SH Figure Arts. They've got some Transformers. They've got some Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, statues, figures, also card games. I think they either had or still have a few things for, like, miniatures for role-playing and shit like that, but probably not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And, like, vinyl figures and those Funko Pop things that are fucking everywhere these days.
Everywhere.
And just all that kind of shit. And comic books, of course. Obviously, they're a comic store. Comic books is a couple big racks of comics and whatnot. But I like going there for a lot of stuff, too, because sometimes they'll have cheaper prices on Gundam models from as compared to Sakura Media, which I wish I had looked at sooner, because I mean the Gyan that I'm building right now, I believe I mentioned before, is like the second model in that entire line.
Yeah.
So you fucking never see it in a store,
Yeah.
right? You might be able to order it online, but you never fucking see it in a store, right? And I found one that was like $15 at Sakura Media. I'm like, fuck yeah, because usually these things are like 20, 30, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, $15? Fuck yeah. Went over to fucking Metropolis, they had it for $10.99. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
Oh.
Fuck off. Because, I mean, like, I didn't even think I would see
Yeah.
again, right? Like, I've been looking for one for, like I said, like a year and a half. So that I could just build it and have fun, because I wanted to do that. Maybe down the road get the valuable pod, which has 2 extra shields, 2 extra swords, and all kinds of cool shit like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I'm never gonna fucking see one. If I ever see one, it's bought on site, totally, right? Show up, see one at Sakura Media, I'm like, holy shit, they've got a Gyan. Fuck yeah, I'm buying that, right? Figure, you know, not gonna see another one ever again. Walk into Metropolis, they've got one right there for $5 cheaper. I'm like, god damn it.
Ridiculous.
I already bought this one. Fuck it, whatever.
It's the way it goes.
Yeah. Second time it's happened too. I think it also happened with my Nemo, the MSA 003. I think it is. Yeah, that sounds right. Probably. Anyway, I was looking for specifically the Zeta Gundam color one, because it's all like dark blue and green and shit. And there was another one from Unicorn that was all in like a kind of tannish off-white and a different colored blue, almost black and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I like the design, but I like the slightly more garish, slightly more Luigi colors of the regular one. So I really wanted to go with that one. And I found so many of the Unicorn version, and I found so many of the Master Grade, which I'd love to build the Master Grade if I A, had space for Master Grades, B, had money for Master Grades, C, had time for Master Grades. Did I go ABC this time, or did I put a 1 in there somewhere?
You did ABC.
Okay, cool. Just checking, because I didn't want to have another, play a 1, play a B situation going on here. That was intentional. That was funny. When it's not intentional, I don't find it nearly as funny.
Also, a plug for our other channel.
Yeah, go watch us play video games. I'm doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. True story.
Yep.
We've got 1 episode up so far.
It'll probably be 2 or 3 by the time this goes up.
I only get as far as delivering Oak's parcel in the first episode. But whatever, it's entertaining along the way. I don't even get my Pokeballs yet. I haven't started catching shit.
Yep.
But episode 2, episode 3, if they're up already, if I can go watch them too, because I probably catch stuff. Maybe even something dies. You never know. Yeah, if I recall, it did die pretty early on.
Yeah, I think so. It'll probably be episode 2.
Episode 2, maybe episode 3.
Maybe episode 3. I think it was episode 2 as I was working on it. I don't know. We'll find out later.
Something dies. Maybe. Potentially. Not going to tell you what. I'm out of Coca-Cola.
I'm almost there. There's, remember I was talking about that blindfolded playthrough of Ocarina of Time?
Yes.
The same channel that did that. It's like this, like, people get together for charity and they do stuff like super fast, and they like do 2 people streaming at one time trying to beat the same game super
Game's
fast.
done quick?
Game's done quick.
Yeah.
They uploaded like 200 videos over the last 5 days, and one of them was Battle Kid 2. It really made me want to go get through Battle Kid.
I might. Now, bear in mind, if this happens, I'm getting shit-faced beforehand. But I might be willing to take another crack at Battle Kid.
I can get you through the first boss, no problem.
What, the plant?
Yeah.
I can do that, no problem.
Cool. I can get that one shot, though.
Fair enough. You've got that part down to a science?
Yep, played it through like 50,000 times.
Don't we still have the password to
I'm sure we do, to get back to the Colormancer or whatever it is.
That I beat.
We never beat that section.
I fought a boss.
Really?
Remember?
We beat that section? Fuck, I don't remember. Was I wasted?
Probably.
Oh.
No, man, like, yeah, the second time we streamed it together, I fought a fucking Colormancer boss and kicked its ass after maybe 50 fucking tries.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I fucked that thing right in its color.
It'll be in my phone if I got it, so...
Yeah. Your old one, though.
No, everything transferred over.
Oh, everything?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mine's an iPhone and it transfers everything over because it's badass.
Mm. I mean, I could probably transfer all my stuff over. Probably. I want to get an iPhone, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. It's the reliance on iTunes that does it for me. I hate that.
Yeah.
iTunes takes over your fucking computer. Everything that you do on there. It's like, would you like iTunes to handle that? No, I would not. Go away. And then it's like, I'm going to organize your music. Please don't do that. I've got it organized the way I have for a reason. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it.
Speaking of copious amounts of alcohol, that I will need to be able to play Battle Kid again without shooting myself. Another shameless plug for my channel. Just watched today Thew's Awesome Transformers reviews. He did... Now, it was something that he uploaded back in August. Took down the day he uploaded it because he just wasn't happy with it. Finally made peace with it, re-uploaded it today. It was 10 bots, 10 shots, or maybe it's 10 shots, 10 bots, I don't remember. One or the other. Basically, he did 10 brief, like, rapid-fire Transformers reviews of different figures, but before each one, he took a shot of whiskey.
Any chase?
No,
I can't.
Took a shot of whiskey.
Can't.
I might use chase. Probably not, though. If it's
I can't talk though after taking a shot unless I chase it. Like, I'm just like done. My throat's just like, nope.
Okay, because I mean, if I'm using a bottle of Jack, like, I'll probably be fine.
Right.
I could just, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I might be a little like this for a second, but then, okay, we're good, right? But plus, it gets easier the more shots you get in because I'm just like, fucking go, right?
NBD.
But yeah, I think I might want to try something like that, maybe on a day when I'm not working the next day. Chances are I'd probably try to do it in a similar setup to this right here, because it'd be nice to have like a chair, some stuff, some booze, a camera, and just go for it, right?
We can just do the podcast and do that after or something.
Yeah.
Well, do it for the podcast.
Well, I was
put it on your channel.
Yeah. Do it before the podcast, so that by the time the podcast rolls around, I'm just like, Jack Daniels.
Yup.
You're gonna do a close up on that too, aren't you?
Oh,
son
yeah.
of a bitch.
Actually, I think you were out of frame. Like your head was out of frame for that.
Awesome. Do a close up of that. Assimilate this. Anyway, but yeah, that might be something I want to do to get myself back into the swing of reviewing things, because it has been so long. I think my last upload was like 2 fucking years ago.
My last upload on my YouTube channel was like 7 months ago or something like that, I think.
Like I keep trying to do like a quick video just to pop in and be like, hey everybody, I'm back, gonna be doing stuff. But I mean, my camera's a piece of shit. I still have to figure out how I'm filming, where I'm filming.
Well, dude, you're using my camera.
Yeah.
And you can even use the audio too.
Yeah. And like that would probably make things a whole lot better quality. Plus, you've got lighting. I don't.
Yeah. We'll just set up a podcast and do everything there. Like, get you some videos in. And...
Awesome. I'll go grab some stuff when we're done recording this.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, and just like the thing is though, I need a camera that's like closer to the action.
We can do that too.
Okay, whatever. That's fine. And set up my background and set up all that other stuff, you know, because it brings out the detail of the toy more if you're doing on a black background. Some people use white backgrounds. I tried using a white background for probably a good year of my channel or something like that, and eventually I decided, no, fuck this. It just washes everything out way too much. Right. Like reds look kind of orange. Just it generally not a good time. White balance was like the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Because my camera, which like I said is a piece of shit, it was great back in the day because I was like, fuck yeah, I actually have a camera. Nowadays the camera on this thing is better, and this thing's old. But yeah, it's just like trying to automatically balance with the white and everything else, and I'm like, no, because it's like recording, and then you hear the camera like in the audio, because all I had to record audio was the camera itself.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't a very good scene. Also, I find that I just ramble too much. Like some people, when they do the reviews, they use scripts and stuff like that, right?
You should at least use notes,
Yeah.
especially for reviews.
Yeah, notes, sure. Like I think one of the things I want to do is sit down, like here, for instance, with a toy or two, you know, jot down a few things like what do I want to point out, what do I want to cover in this section, that section, do I want to do sections of my reviews, because it'd be really nice to have a formula so that I can become more comfortable with doing that.
Yeah.
And because all of my reviews have just been kind of like point camera at toy, talk about toy, forget what the fuck I'm doing, talk about, you know, this, then talk about this, then oh I forgot this, then, you know, and it's kind of a clusterfuck. And I mean, I really like doing it though, and I really miss doing it, and I'm glad that we finally have a setup in which I might actually be able to do it again. So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, if we can get lights going from all different angles, which, I mean, this place has got lights in fucking spades, then maybe I will eliminate some of the shadows that washed out more details of the toy.
Well, 3 lights should do, actually. I have my 3 lights here.
Yeah.
Doing that should be sufficient. Putting them, obviously, in the triangle around whatever you're looking at should help a lot.
Yes. And then eventually I can launch into maybe even taking on the mighty Devastator.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, for those... There we go.
It would have got
I needed that in there. Well, I need to make sure it really got it.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, that will be like a week-long thing where it's like every day of the week I'll do a different Constructicon, and then on the 7th day, once I get through all 6 Constructicons, I'll stick them all together and do Devastator. Obviously, I'll film it all at the same fucking time, probably.
Yeah.
But then upload it every day. I also gotta finish my new intro, which I'll need help probably setting up somewhere that I can take pictures. Probably during the day, because I need somewhere that I can actually have like a full shot. Because the 2 things I need to touch up my intro so that I can avoid continuing to use an image of me in a trench coat and fedora, because well, there's just a lot of negative connotations that go with such things these days. Back when I originally did that, there wasn't. Now there really is.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm going to want to, you know, dress more like I dress now. Because that trench coat is old and dead, and I don't remember if I even took that fedora when we moved. I think I did because I really want to be able to wear that hat again one day and not have it mean something that it doesn't in my case.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I wore it, like actually wore it was me and my brother dressed as the Blues Brothers for Halloween.
Yeah. And I mean, it's always
awesome.
good for that.
Oh yeah,
right?
sunglasses, suits, ready to go, strolling downtown, walking down Granville Street, and everybody's like, "Oh man, are you guys the Men in Black?" Or, "Oh, are you guys ZZ Top?" And I'm like, do we fucking look like ZZ Top? Yeah, that was great. Until finally, like, we're walking by and somebody starts singing one of the Blues Brothers songs. So we both turn around, like, finally someone fucking gets it. We run in, we start singing and dancing along and everything else, right? And, because, I mean, like, I can sing at the drop of a fucking hat. That's no problem, right?
Yeah.
So we go in, we fucking start dancing, singing, everything else. People are whipping out phones, taking pictures, taking videos and stuff. And I'm like, cool, all right, that's great. I like this. But, yeah. And then we ran into some people dressed as ZZ Top, and we asked if...
They're the Blues Brothers?
No, we asked if people kept asking if they were the Blues Brothers. And then I think we saw one set of Men in Black walk by, and I was like... I was like, alright, whatever. There's a lot of fucking whatever going on right now. It was good.
Speaking of music, music's something we gotta do. I still want to do... For this coming Christmas, we have a year.
I want a Christmas album.
Yes, my Great Pasta Monster in the Sky Christmas album. That's gonna be a thing.
Hark the Meatball Angels Sing.
That's a good one.
Glory to the Noodly King. Peace on earth with sauce that's mild. Macaroni and cheese reconciled. I'm glad we've recorded this because I'm gonna forget it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So that's gonna be one, probably.
Oh, fuck.
I'll get on the drum kit and start laying down a beat right away. Oh. Well, that was a thing. It's a good place to end that segment, I think. No, because we're going on about music now. That's like the start of a segment
Yeah, I
on
guess
music.
that is the start of the segment.
I can't even say that's the end of that segment, because that segment would be like a minute long, and most of it would be us laughing.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a segment.
Good job.
We'll just bring
Probably
Zach
better
in
than
again.
all of our other segments anyways.
Yeah, we'll just bring Zach in again. It'll get us, great segments. So, music, you were saying, aside from the Christmas album.
I don't even know. Just
No.
want to make some more music.
Oh, okay. Just
I
wanna make
mean,
some more
I
music.
miss being in a band, so...
I want to listen to some more music.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some good... Go to see Black Sabbath next month. That's going to be pretty great.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. It's their probably actual farewell tour, so, I mean, a chance to actually go see Sabbath, that'll be nice.
I went to a farewell tour once. They're back together. I feel ripped off.
I've been cheated, damn it. Who was it?
It was Alexis on Fire. Not even that big of a fan. I was like, when's the last chance for me to see them? I'll see them.
Yeah, well, I think in the case of Sabbath, it probably really is,
Yeah.
because, I mean, they're kind of old as dicks now.
Yeah.
Probably not in the best of health and whatnot else, so, road life probably ain't agreeing with them too much anymore.
Yeah.
But, shit, man, I'm down to see some Sabbath. There's, only a few bands that I would really love to see live. Sabbath is one. Iron Maiden is another. Mm-hmm. I'd love to go see Iron Maiden. I hear their shows are amazing.
Are they still touring since their 2013 thing they were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
constant touring.
they've got a show this year in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it's too soon after I'm going to see Sabbath, so I'm never gonna have the money for it. But that's okay, because they'll be back in like a year or two anyway, probably. I hope, anyway. Because, yeah, I would love to go see Iron Maiden. That'd be fucking awesome. This is my jam. I'd go see Megadeth if they were playing. I like them. I'd go see them. If Roger Waters comes back, love to go see that. Love to go see him too.
It's always so goddamn expensive. Man.
I know. I know. Like I could, it's like I could go see Roger Waters, or I could buy the Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse. Actually, if given the choice between the two, I'd probably take the Firehouse.
Yeah.
I want that thing so bad, but it's a $400 Lego set.
You'd also see Ninja Sex Party.
Oh fuck yeah! If they don't do a whole lot for live performances, mostly because there's only 2 of them, and most of their songs rely on them having multiple tracks of each other doing stuff, like, you know, Brian laying down like a bass line and like some sweet synth and some other stuff going on, right? While Dan's like got 4 vocal tracks going of himself.
Yeah.
So since most of their songs rely a lot on that to actually sound good, they don't really perform a whole lot of songs live.
Well, I mean, most people that do that, like, for instance, probably, who's like that? Owl City's like that. It's the one guy, but he still performs. He has a lot of, like, already pre-recorded stuff, but he still puts on a good show and plays a part, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of people do that, because there are lots of bands that are just 2 people or even 1 person.
Mm-hmm.
Just some stuff's already recorded, and they play their part live.
I mean, I would love to see something like that. And, I mean, if they ever did do that, that'd be great. Or if they went touring around with Tupperware Remix Party, who they've been doing stuff with lately, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
They've got an album coming out that I can't wait to fucking listen to. It's Ninja Sex Party Under the Covers. It's their cover album where they
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, you know, it's still got to be something slightly, you know, Ninja Sex Party-ish.
Yeah.
So Under the Covers, that works. But yeah, looking forward to that when that finally comes out. And, you know, I mean, the last time I saw them do anything live, not counting that time that they were on stage with Steel Panther, though that was pretty fucking cool, was they did, I don't even remember what show it was, what convention it was they were doing. I can't remember if it was a PAX or if it was RTX or if it was, you know, one of the conventions that they go to where they actually did a Ninja Sex Party like brief live show. And then at the end of it, Aaron came out and they did one of the Starbomb songs. They did Crashervania, their Castlevania song about how Dracula is having a party with all of his friends and Simon Belmont keeps showing up and killing them. They're just trying to have fun, but then he shows up and, you know, starts killing people to like save the land and shit. Finally, he confronts him. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" He's like, "Well, I'm just sad because you don't invite me to any of these parties." And it's like, oh. Well, I mean, we could be friends, you know, it's cool. Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
Because that one doesn't require a whole lot of... I mean, I don't know, maybe they just don't have the equipment to do that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they have the money to get the equipment.
Oh, probably, especially now. But, so who knows, maybe the next time they do something live, maybe they will be doing stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Pick it up. I'm sure they're also doing, like, so much other stuff for the YouTube channels.
Well, yeah, I mean...
It's kind of hard to both tour and be on YouTube.
Grumping ain't easy. Yeah. But, you know, that's great. Man, going back to the 10 shots, 10 bots, or whatever it was. Dude started making Game Grumps references left and right.
Yeah.
While he was getting drunk and talking about robots. He's like... a few times he's like, Barry put up a picture, you know, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know Thew doesn't actually have an editor named Barry.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's always fun to just be like, Barry put in a thing. Then he like switched gears and told Kevin to do it instead because, you know, Barry's not their editor anymore, Kevin is, right?
Yeah.
But, and then there was just the one line where he's like, I'm romantically in love with Dan Avidan. I was like, all right, man. I mean, me too, kind of. Like, you know, that voice, man, just does it for me. I can listen to that man sing anything. That's, only kind of true. Okay, so it's true. Talk me into revealing my secret. Wasn't
Sure did.
Secret.
I'm just looking at my bass and I'm like, I haven't played that yet. I want to see if it actually will record properly through my interface.
It'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
I would like to set up a bass, and you know how you can like have different effects and stuff like that you can set up on like computer programs and shit like that for different like to get like different sounds
Out of an instrument?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean like effects like tremolo or delay or that
No,
sort
I'm
of thing?
talking
Make
like
it sound like a different thing.
make it sound like a different thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think my cousin's got, I don't remember what program he uses, but he's got one that he can like totally fuck with absolutely everything. And I would just like to have it so that every time you played a note on it, it just said the word bass.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. My friend was actually telling me, Nate was actually telling me about this because he's a drummer too. There's
Probably better than me.
there's these things like drum mics that you put on, and you know how an electronic drum set, you can change the sounds for everything. It reads the vibration frequency on it, and you can change it so that when it records things, the frequency goes through and is a different sound, even different parts of each drum.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can make that do whatever you
I
want
know.
to.
I've
Obviously,
seen that kind of stuff.
you could do it with a standard
Yeah.
electronic drum set too. But
Yeah, no, I have actually seen people using stuff like that before, and I was like, oh, I want that, because I'm a shitty drummer, but I would love to fuck around with effects on drums. That'd be great.
One thing I saw a while ago, it was called the Electro Harmonics Hog. I really wanted it because it, like, you know how in like metal and someone does like a solo, but then there's like a harmony solo with it, and it's the exact same thing, just like the fifth harmony for it. You can set that, like there's I think 10 sliders on the thing that you plug your guitar into, and it goes into the amp, and each slider is a like a tone, like a single tone up, maybe even a half a tone up. So like you play a note, and if you want the other, like the next tone up, you can put the slider up for that one, and it plays the next tone as well. Or if you just want to do the harmony, you could do the fifth and the ninth, and then you get 2 more sounds, so you get the 3 harmonies all together just playing one. I was like, that's fucking awesome. It's like having 3 guitars.
That's awesome. Reminds me of something in the music video for Tupperware Remix Parties, The Hit, where their guitarist literally like splits himself into multiple guitarists.
Yeah.
All playing the same thing, but yeah.
Harmony.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like that, and that makes me happy.
That's awesome. I also want to make some like actual music too.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Some sort of alternative stuff. I'll probably just do that on my own time at some point.
And then I'll lay down some tasty, tasty beats. And by tasty, tasty, I mean, you know, like
Attempt some things with drums.
I mean, like, you know, when you want to go out for like a great like home style burger, but instead you just settle for going to the gas station and picking up one of them greasy fucking gas station burgers.
I've never had a gas station burger. I'm glad.
Well, you never lived in a small enough town where that was your only viable option for a burger at 2 a.m.
I don't know if I've ever needed a burger at 2 a.m.
Everyone needs a burger at 2 a.m. at some time in their life.
I'm still waiting.
Okay. But I mean, we've got 24-hour McDonald's if we really need it, so whatever.
That's true. I was once at a friend's place, drunk. It's 4 a.m, and obviously McDonald's open. He's like, "Yeah, McDonald's is like 7-10 minute walk. Let's just go there, grab something." And of course, it's 4 a.m, so breakfast has started. I was like, "I want a burger." Breakfast has started, but it was a fucking half-hour walk there, and then it was a half-hour walk back. And
fuck.
it was 4 a.m, so it's 5 a.m
10
now.
minutes, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good time. It was cold too.
I remember walking home 9 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, still drunk because I hadn't gone to sleep yet, and me and someone else were playing. Well, not really playing, just fucking. We had a bottle, we're passing it between us, and just shot. You go shot, I go right. because everybody else had passed out by this point, and I was like, I'm gonna go home. So I climbed out the guy's window because it was the easiest way to get out of his place. He was in a slightly below ground suite.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like, you open the window and climb out onto the ground.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was easier than going out the door, having someone lock it behind you, and then going out the building. I was just like, fuck it, open window, climb out. That's how we got in, too. Usually we'd, like, knock on the window, fucking just slide in.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't too long to get home. It was like, 2-minute walk up the street, basically. But, yeah, it's like 9...
On the other side of town, 2-minute walk up the street.
Pretty much in that fucking place. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just like, what's up? Fucking 9 o'clock. God damn it. It's gonna be eyebrow cam all over again. It was during an episode of On the Spot, the Rooster Teeth's game show that they have going, and one of their guys has, let's just say, very expressive eyebrows, and so they fucking zoned one of the cameras in just on him. So every once in a while, someone would call a cut to eyebrow cam, and he'd like look at the camera with his eyebrows going. Yeah. But anyway, no. So I was just fucking gone. It was 9 a.m. Sun was high in the sky because it was it's like summer or something like that. I think. I don't remember when the hell this happened. But yeah, that was. I don't remember where I was going with that story now.
Okay.
It was a thing that happened.
Sam got really drunk once, and then
more than
one
but,
time.
Yeah, but that was the time. I think that was I think it was the latest in the day that I'd ever been still drunk from the night before.
Right.
Because I mean, I've gone to work drunk still from the night before a few times. And that's never good because, like, the first half of the shift, I'm still drunk, and then the second half of the shift, I am so hungover, I want to die.
I think that's better than a full shift hungover, though.
That's true, too. That was, was that like a year and a half ago or something
was
like that?
Was it really a year and a half ago now?
It had to have been, because, I mean, James isn't out this way too often. But, I mean, I it's one of those days where you, like, wake up on your bathroom floor 6 o'clock in the morning with no idea where the fuck your shirt went. I had one of those nights. Red Stag. Never drinking that shit again. Unless I decide to fucking force feed myself a bottle while doing 10 shots and 10 Transformers reviews.
Oh, don't do that to yourself. That'll just make everything so much worse.
Yeah, you're right. I'll probably just use regular whiskey. I've been staring at this image over here.
It's not changing.
It hasn't changed in a long time. But the flames for Bowser's eyes there.
Oh, yeah.
That's alright.
They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
It's a Super Mario Bros. Picture. Just whatever. It's got Yoshi and Toad with a spear. Luigi holding a fireball that's not green. Which to me just seems wrong.
Mm-hmm. And Mario's got a big hammer?
Yep. And a cape.
Yeah.
That looks like it's doubling as a scarf.
It kind of looks like Peach is throwing that fireball.
No, she's calling for help, because
Oh, maybe.
where she's positioned, Bowser's got something up her dress.
Right. Good touch on the whole, like, knee sort of pushing the dress out a little bit, though. That's a good little touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. That's, but yeah.
It's weird seeing Toad with long legs. Like, actual legs.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's weird. It's a nice picture, though.
Yeah. It's a good fan art.
Yeah. I love how we're just sitting here describing to a camera a picture that it can't see.
It's gonna go up.
You'll put the picture up, like, in the corner or something?
I'll just cover our ugly mugs with the
Oh,
picture.
okay. That's cool. I can dig it. Wish I knew who drew it. We could credit them in the episode.
I'll try to figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Credit them. If I can't figure it out, I won't put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard to figure out. I think there's services you can use these days to, like, be like
Google
this
image search?
Well, yeah, but like to find the source of it.
Right.
Shouldn't be that hard to find, I hope. I don't have any Coca-Cola left.
Neither do I. Sad face.
I should remedy that.
We're almost done. I think this is like last segment probably.
Last segment? Alright, what do we want to do for the last segment?
I don't know.
So to bring things back full circle, got Captain Phasma back out here. Did you know? Stand up, goddammit. Did you know that these days Lego will get you a higher return if you invest in it than gold.
What I hear, it's crazy.
You can buy Lego sets and then sell them like a year later for like a ridiculous markup, like an absolutely ridiculous markup, and people are paying it.
Yeah. I mean, they're already paying insane amounts just right out of the box.
$400 Lego set. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. If I had the money, if I just had the cash to blow, if I still had my credit card, in fact, because I would just pay it off over time, right?
Yeah.
I would buy like 3 or 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then like build one, have that ready to go, and then for the next in about a year and a half or so, just hawk the rest on eBay.
Yeah.
For ridiculously inflated prices, and people would probably buy them. And it would be so less difficult for me to do stuff like that. I love this cape.
It's a nice cape.
I feel like that for a cape.
Oh, wow.
That's a really nice cape.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if it's supposed to be soft on the inside and I don't know if this is supposed to be outside or this is supposed to be the outside, but I like the soft outside.
The trim's pretty much the same.
I do believe it's actually supposed to be this way because otherwise it'd be the other side. So yeah, it's supposed to be this way, soft on the outside and not soft on the inside. But I like it. It's very nice. But yeah, it would be so nice to be able to get in on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd need the startup capital, and I just do not have that.
I'm excited for like a year and a half, 2 years from now when I can, pay off my credit card after going to Colombia and then actually buy stuff again. I mean, I still buy some books now and then, but I'll get back into collecting retro games, and that'll be good. Expand this a little bit, and maybe I'll buy a couple figures too. I'm less of a building guy. I might buy more like statue kind of figures, like those, like that Ray and BB-8 one. I looked at that and I like that.
Man, if I had a day off the same day as you, aside from today, because you weren't going anywhere today for obvious reasons, for good reasons, I would just be like, let's fucking go and just find cool shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually good at finding stuff like that. Zach actually found some pretty cool shit. He sent me a picture today. I don't know if he sent you the picture as well.
The other day he sent me a picture of Chrono Trigger in box.
Yeah.
For $275.
Yeah, that was the one. I was like...
Yeah. I wouldn't buy it.
That too, of course.
I don't give a crap about boxes. I mean, I have a couple boxes that are in very good condition because boxes don't stay in good condition.
They really don't.
So,
I mean, it's just the fact of, having a Super Nintendo copy of Chrono Trigger, though.
Yeah, I'd love to have an actual copy of that.
That would be great. Very nice.
I'd like a DS copy, actually.
They do have one.
Yeah.
Some of those games, I can't believe my friends had and probably just got rid of, or might still have somewhere or something like that. Hey, if any of y'all are watching and you have any of them old games you want to get rid of, you can always send them our way. We can, we should get a mailbox that people can ship to.
P.O. box?
Yeah.
Once people say they want to send us stuff.
Well, once people say they want to send us stuff, obviously we need people first.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Zach. Send us stuff.
He did.
I know.
Fucking Virtual Boy games.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
Zach.
I knew he was good for something.
I don't have a Virtual Boy.
One day. They're probably not that expensive, are they?
I think they're a couple $100.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
For a Virtual Boy?
Yeah. They're rare. That's the thing, right? They didn't make many and they didn't sell many, so.
God, I think I used to have one. I know I had a friend that had one. Because he got, every game system when it came out. I mean, you'd go into his room and it would just be fucking look at all these game systems. Some of which never get fucking... Well, yeah, but I mean, back in those days, yeah.
Yeah.
N64 came out. Boom, he had an N64 before anybody else in town did.
Yeah.
And he had his fucking Turbo Graphics. He had his fucking Virtual Boy. He had his, had all that shit.
CD add-ons for everything.
Yeah. I still have one of the things that I still want to see is a fully loaded Sega Genesis.
Oh, the Tower of Monstrosity?
Yeah, the Genesis, the Sega CD, the 32X. Yeah. I've never seen one fully decked out in person.
Yeah.
Then with Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 2.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to get
Knuckles.
a a CDX, Sega CDX, which is all of those combined into one little system.
Really?
And I didn't realize they exist, and I went to the flea market a couple of years back, and there's just one there. It was like, I think they had it for $150 or something like that, which actually isn't that bad.
No. I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize till I saw it. I was like, the fuck is that? It's apparently a legit thing that came out after they released all three. So, not just like a clone or anything.
Fascinating. Yeah, no, I never knew about that.
Yeah. It was like the whole front pops open for the discs, and then 32X and Genesis just in the one slot in the back. So,
Well, it's not like it would be that hard later on to, condense it all like that.
yeah. Yep.
I mean, case in point, look at the slim PS2 that you could fit in a cargo pocket.
Yeah. It's the size of like an iPad.
Yeah, exactly. How far we've gone.
Yep.
To the point where we can play Final Fantasy VII on this thing.
Is it changed, or is it just a port of the first one?
I believe it's a port of the PC version,
Oh, okay.
right? Which the PC version actually had a slightly higher graphical quality than the PlayStation version.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a port of the PC version. I'd have to actually go look for sure. In fact, let me just consult Google for a moment because I don't want comment sections being aflame with...
And nobody pays attention to comment sections anyways. I literally will probably never look at the comment sections.
I will.
Yeah, I will too. But I'll just look for nice comments. I was asking because if it's like just a port of the PS1 version, let's be real, there's some stuff on like phones now that's way nicer than PS1 could ever do. So,
I know, but I mean, when Final Fantasy VII came out, it took up 3 discs,
yeah.
right?
Was it only 3? I thought it was 4.
8 was 4, 7 was 3.
Oh, okay.
They both had the same size case because if you wanted to fit 3 discs in a case, you basically needed to do a 4-disc case.
Yeah.
But
And then, of course, manuals and stuff too.
yeah, exactly. And the manual for 7 was pretty fucking thick.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just to think, like the back in the day, that was 3 discs. You had to change your discs, everything else like that. And nowadays, it's like, boom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like some pinnacle of technological advancement or some shit like that. Final Fantasy VII was, not even as good graphically as Final Fantasy VIII was. Like everybody was fucking low polygon, fucking moving bulky things, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be able to take all that game was that fit on those 3 discs back in the day and to fucking condense it all into something you can download and play on your fucking phone, it's just like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
As someone who played games back in those days, it's just like, fuck.
And like technology's different now too. Like you can have like a PS4 game going on your phone. It won't be running on your phone, but you can probably play something like that on your phone, at least graphically, because the phone will just display the graphics and it'll be running off a server somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Fucking crazy.
yeah.
I want to see an actual licensed emulation program for a phone. Like instead of like the freeware shit, like I want to see like actual developer supported emulation software for phones. Like Nintendo's getting to the point now where they might finally start doing something like that, and I would love to see that because I am still a Nintendo fanboy at heart.
So you'd like to see like the virtual console available on phone?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they'll allow for handheld games as well.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing is they're like the virtual console has a decent selection of console games, right?
But some
yeah,
advanced games.
Yeah.
And
like
DS.
They're handheld games. Just not nearly as much of a release of those.
I swear, Pokemon's never gonna hit the virtual console. I wish it would.
I thought it is.
None of the main series games. There's like Pokemon Rangers or whatever, I think.
I thought Red and Blue were coming out to virtual console.
Are they?
Pretty sure. Let me just.
I looked it up a couple months ago and I couldn't find anything like that. So.
Yep, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow headed to the 3DS Virtual Console.
3DS virtual console.
Yeah.
I want it on the actual fucking virtual console.
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah. See, that's the thing though. Is like most of their handheld games are going to their handheld
Yeah,
platforms.
except for DS, because that needs the Wii U.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait.
There's some DS stuff there. I know they have, like, Brain Age on there, and there's a couple other ones, but they're starting that, yeah.
Because, I mean, those can go on their 3DS as well.
I guess they can go on 3DS, too.
Yeah. But, no, just because, like, I would like to see old school Game Boy games and whatnot get ported to, like, home consoles as well. I mean, realistically, if it comes down to it, I mean, we have a couple options we can use anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
Because, I mean, we can take Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, plug them into that thing there, or plug them into that thing there, and plug them into that thing there.
Yeah.
Like, we've got options. We can do that if we wanted to. But even still, we're emulating Leaf Green for our Nuzlocke. Go watch Nuzlocke. Do it now. I'm begging you. Please tell me I'm funny.
Please tell him he's funny. Then I don't have to listen to it anymore.
Actually, don't do that. I don't think the encouragement would do me very well. It would just mean I'd do more of the same. Nobody wants that.
It's more than I'll do. Nuzlocke's like me being like silent. And then I'm like, I thought of something to say. Let's say it.
And then I just ramble on for another hour and a half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sing along with the music and catch myself Pokemons and name them weird things. And like a Bulbasaur named Baconator.
Yep.
Good old Baconator. Always by my side.
Oh, he's got a big name.
That explains a lot.
And I think that's enough for this week. Check out this channel if you're not actually on the channel watching it. Because, you know, people might post it elsewhere.
True,
you know?
true. Go find the channel. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
It'll help us out. We also have a Facebook page. We got all the links to all the ways to find us are going to be in the description.
We got a Twitter. Oh, we have our actual gameplay channel, which the Nuzlocke is on, which we'll link. You'll find it super easy. Follow us on Facebook for sure, because everything's going to be posted there. So,
should we set up a Tumblr?
Sure.
Would people want that? Let us know.
I was literally waiting for someone to respond, and I don't know why.
The camera's just gonna start talking back like, no, fuck you, go away.
Anyways, guys, see you next time.
Later.